Gnome Stronghold. Special place. My place. I want to go back. I want to go Gnome. Tasked with a special mission from the king, I must go on a journey, touch all that I can, meet all of my brethren, and eliminate any of those who would do us harm. I must learn all that I can, and then return home. But unfortunately, I've lost my map, as if cursed by the gods. Through swamps, foreign towns, through the desert, through the fire and the flames, we carry on. So we're going to go ahead and start out by picking our new chunk. I'm going to immediately go to the desert because I really want this colossal blade. And we've got a series of new tasks to do. How fun. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, I forgot what the penalties were on this chunk, but it's a very quick one. We unlocked Alcarid, we went through. I've tried on multiple times to try and get to what I thought was the leg shop, and as we could see with some sped up footage here, I have about 20 tiles that I've gotten. I'm going to go ahead and go over, get some legs, and then I realize, whoops, wrong shop. Spent a little bit too much, and then unfortunately, when I'm going to try and get the adamant legs for this very quick task, I actually screwed myself and I need more tiles. So going into it, we're going to hop back over and we're going to end up going back to cut trees for a series of tiles. We came back here after we get 10 more. In this case, we're trying really hard to get everything as quick as we can for this just so we can move on. I don't know how long I sort of lamented my own choices here, and eventually we do get what is best in slot for our adamant legs. We're going to go ahead and cut some more trees just to make sure that we can get everything. We're at a pretty high total level at this point in time, considering everything. We've got our adventure mode still capped, so we're at 73, and we just need to be careful on our woodcutting to make sure that we don't get to that point so that I don't have to do more combats. We eventually finish out everything for this chunk because it's pretty quick, and we get our new, which is a auto pick or auto selection, and in this case, we're going to go ahead and roll for our penalties. Now, first penalty that we get is red clicks only, which is not ideal, but isn't too bad considering. Next, we're going to go ahead and open up, and we get joke weapons only, which is also not too bad of a deal when it comes to ham guards. And then finally, we get why are you crying, which is cry emote about 10 seconds every time that we do any kind of a skill option. So in this particular instance, we're going to go ahead and go through, deposit everything that we need, keep our axe and our tinderbox just for a bit of tile farming so that we can get everything done. Red clicking, you can see it's a little bit harder to plan, but in this starting stage, because we've unlocked so many tiles in Lumberage, really not a big deal. As long as we can get over to Willows and then we just keep our emote board open the entire time, that way we can keep our cries available if we need to. Now, when we're doing this, we're going to go ahead and speed up just to show that the process for cutting willows, now that we're at about 70, is really, really good. It feels nice that we can get about 5 or 6 logs per tree, and then we're going to go ahead and continue over just as we do our cry emotes. Now, we're also on half resources, so a big part of what we have to do is we are going to keep, I said joke weapons, but it is half resources. We're going to keep crying as we're going through. Half resources, I intentionally kept about a 8-slot inventory after I eat this meat, and what this is going to let us do is just be very easy with our calculations. 20 inventory slots open means we can just make 10 bows. So we have that. We're going to continue to work on our cash stack a little bit, and then as you see, we can actually red click over to the door without spending any tiles. So we're going to do this for a little bit. We do want to try and get to a, we would say, healthy medium or healthy balance when it comes to actually getting everything that we need. We're going to come back now that we've got about 8. I wanted to try and get towards the swamps because I do want to get some combat levels on this, knowing that we're working towards our Colossus Blade and then also working towards a couple of things for our combat and grinding. Unfortunately, in order to get over to the swamps, we have to sort of be at the whim of not only the interactable environment options like the doors here, also these dead trees, but the enemy spawns or the NPC locations. I get stuck here, so unfortunately while I'm trying to do this, I was trying to see if we could farm over or get anything in our chunks, sorry, tiles, but what this means is that we ultimately are stuck. So, realizing that, I have to try and find a way. I can get the bones, but then even if I do, there's no guarantee that I can go immediately to this dead tree to the west of us. So, the option that we've decided on after reviewing things, since we are completely out of tiles, is just to run back home. So normally, if this was red click and we break it, we would be using the home teleport to reset. But unfortunately, we're at this point in time where we don't have home teleport for a couple more minutes. So we're going to run back, make sure that we get everything. This is one of many times trying to get to the swamp. I did ultimately discover something that was very helpful when going through, but we've had to try and run back multiple times. Ultimately, we see that in the process of trying to get tiles, I've actually wasted them, and so now I have to go back to cutting trees. Not too bad, but the half skilling resources penalty does prevent me from doing things as efficiently, and also having to cry every time that we do any kind of skilling does make it a little bit of a headache. So we end up going back to Lumbridge. We've got about 7 more tiles to play around with. I kept trying to go back and forth every time to see if maybe because I'm unlocking more tiles, I'll have more room to hit things like the dead trees or roaming NPCs to make sure that I will eventually get to frogs. At this point in time in the account, the frogs and all the combat is about 20k experience per hour, which doesn't translate to a lot, but over the course of 1 or 2 nights, that's going to be about 100 to 200 tiles, depending on what it is. Obviously, we're trying to rush this, so we're not going nearly that extreme, but we do need to go over to the ham hideout, which is going to be roughly 50 to 60 tiles away, not including any that we have to use because of the red click only challenge, which we'll see later and does come up to be a recurring issue for this particular chunk set. Thankfully, we can get certain NPCs like these 2x2s to get into a spot where we can either run into a straight line or a line that's only one diagonal, meaning that we're able to preserve on tiles. We're also able to do things like this where we aggro only one over, which means that while we're not actually going into the tile, we are going into adjacent or into parallel tiles, which allow for us to attack and still preserve the emote. Now, one thing of note is I should have been crying emoting here, so I did discover that. I do cry to make sure that we make up for it. We still are able to right-click without having to spend any tiles, and so we're able to make it over pretty effectively. Because we wanted to make sure that we're preserving the integrity of the challenge, we do this again, and we do cry. Later on down the road, I determined that about 3 cries seems to be about accurate enough for this. There's no way to loop it and then time it without setting a specific amount. So what we're doing here is we see some of the chunk tasks are going to be steel pickaxe, smelting a steel bar, excuse me, going through ham gloves and ham robe, which are going to be best in slot mage, and then Lost City 2, which is pretty much just talking to an NPC. So that's not going to be too much, but what we do have to do is make sure that we're preserving red clicks and that we keep in the swamp just for any kind of combat while we're doing this. Not too bad, but as you can see, we've got a little bit of the map open. We do have to get down south of the fence, and the only way to do this is to go through the tree line. So eventually we're going to start planning this over and making sure that we can also get to the ham hideout. Both of these are going to be overall about, I'm estimating 150 tiles. It could be a little bit more or less. Initially, what I wanted to do is to attack the ham guards first. That way I can keep everything up, and then I can actually farm tiles while I'm looking for the drops. Coal and iron, I know, are dropped from them. I don't know what the rate is at this point in time, but I figured that their drop table was going to be similar to the ham thieving, which I've done a lot of on leagues, which is typically most tools or most early game resourcing items that are pretty abundant and then also used for things like easy clues. So here we're just going to be farming for any of our tiles and making sure that we go through. I figured that it would be a point of contention where the bones are considered a skilling item. So unfortunately for this particular session when I was grinding, I was not able to keep the bones. We killed a lot more frogs just to avoid having to cry emote everywhere. We're going to try and see if 50 is going to be enough to get over towards the ham hideout, though I have my doubts with it. Now, we're going to have to be pretty judicious when it comes to the red clicks that we have here, so I think I've gotten a pretty good route as to what I can do. can... Oh, I already used a tile. Damn. Okay. This is fine. We'll figure it out. Okay. So now what we're going to want to do is we have to work our way through these sea of trees towards the ham hideout, which is up here. And we got to cry. Oh, that's the opposite of crying. Sorry. Okay. And that is 3. So we want to get in as close as we can to a good spot to get here. So I think we do... This tree seems okay, because it's going to be a pretty decent straight run. And then we'll get some diagonals. Oh my god. Look at all those tiles just disappear. Okay. Can we get there with 29? We'll be very close to it. Let's see. I feel like my character is like cheating on some tiles there, but let it go. Okay, so we got it. I think that counts as skilling for us. So we're going to have to cry. 2, 3. Okay, let's go ahead and get in. And now comes the interesting part, because we have to kill ham guards. We could pickpocket, but there's a couple things here. We've got a couple tasks. So we've got smelty steel bar, which means we have to get coal. You have to get a steel pickaxe drop, and then we have to get some ham gloves and robes for our best in slot tasks. Now, the main thing of note here is that in order to get the guards... Wow, okay. So really what we need to do here is just keep luring and make sure that we can get some stuff. Oh, he's on the perfect tile. Come on. Attack the next one. Yes. Okay, awesome. So now we're just going to be stuck here farming. I probably should go get my knives or something to lure them, because I think range is going to be saving us so many tiles here. But if I get enough kills, then maybe I can just kind of cheese it and just stay in these until I get, like, maybe around here. We're looking at about 110 kills each. Come on. Nope. Oh, so close. I had to go back to the swamps for more tiles, which I'm definitely excited and was happy about, and nobody could tell me otherwise. So we're at a good point. We have some more tiles unlocked for us. And we're going to go back to Lumbridge again. This time I think I'm going to make sure I grab my Mind Ruins and Air Ruins, because what I'm going to do is get my tutor turn-ins every time that I can. I think 10 is going to be enough if we get on the base floor and don't lose any tiles on these. Climb up here. We can deposit some food, tinderbox, axe. I don't think I need any of this. Okay. They'll stack, so it's not going to be a worry if we keep these. Hopefully we can get more seeds so that we can actually start farming eventually. Oh, you know what? I'm going to probably need my... I might need my axe to click on the trees. Well, I think actually it'll still be able to click it. It'll just give me a message. Let's see here. Okay. I unlocked this because I misclicked, so I think I can get here without spending... Oh no, I spent tiles. Oh, damn. Okay, Oh, I'm already wasting time. Shit. Fuck. What can I do here? No. Is there a soothsayer? I can't even see the soothsayer. Are they in here? No. Oh, no. Did I just lock myself? Is there anything over here that I can interact with? Oh, yes, man. No, all those tiles I just got. Oh, fuck me. Walk over. Walk over here. Please. G. You are a real G. Oh, no, no, no. You bastard. I just unlocked those. God damn it. I literally all for nothing. God damn it. I always wanted to be immediately back to where I was for the next hour. God damn it. What does warning do? I don't know. I keep messing with this app or the plugin, just trying to see if it will let me update, because right now what it's doing is it's connecting to my main, and I don't want to keep wasting tiles there if I can avoid it. Well, at least we get to level our attack, it looks like. Oh my god. Okay, so we are back in the swamps. We've gotten more tiles. We still have our runes, which will be really good so that we can bait the guards over as we need to. Once we home teleport, we're able to actually get into a spot where we can see the NPCs, unlike before. I think our exact route went Doomsayer, Door. We'll stop at Magic Tutor to get some free rune upgrades. Thank you. Okay, so Oak Tree is a freebie. A couple of these are... I think this is going to go over one tile. Or no, it'll be fine. Exchange Gnome Leprechaun. Perfect. Chop Tree. Chop Tree, we're going to run this way, aren't we? Okay. That's not too bad. Just don't do that. You did the thing, you bastard. Okay, Chop Tree. And then I think it's just straight pick lock from here, right? Just don't run weird. Okay, thank God. Okay. And we did our skilling. Oh, wrong one. 2, 3. Once for good measure. Once because Hawthorne Heights is playing. Okay, so now... I don't actually know the range for this, but it's probably pretty big, right? Okay, come on over here, buddy. I think we just have to bait in enough of these until we can unlock like a really good selection, like all of this. That's probably enough, I think. Yeah, 30 HP, wow. You are going to be giving me so much experience. Okay, I know that's definitely too far. That's probably not, right? Yeah, it looks like we got it on that. So maybe range is like 8 on basic spellbook? Something like that? Okay, yeah, see, I actually kind of want them to move a little bit, so that way when I start unlocking, I have more tiles to grab stuff, and more tiles to get into. No. We can move up here 1, just so that we get this tile. And have more space. I think we need to reserve like 2 or 3 just in case one of these guys moves or in case we get the drop. We'll see how it goes. Can I? Yeah, I'll blast you. Oh, they could drop multiple cowhides? Oh. Good for you. Okay. Combats right now, I got 60, 59. Okay, perfect. I'm going to try and keep these even where we can. Oh, coal. Okay, great. That is our first coal. So we just need to get 1 more, and then it'll actually be our coal. And then we need to get 2 iron. And then we need to get a steel pickaxe. And a ham robe. Okay, so we don't care about this. So we're just going to leave this loot pile. I mean, honestly, each kill being about 120 experience means that we're getting our tiles pretty quickly down here. And they can't hit for ass. So maybe this is enough? These are different level ham guards, but I don't think they have different drop tables, thankfully. We might honestly level magic a couple times just because of how low ours is. Let's see here. Yeah, we have 640 casts and just kind of hanging out. Ooh, potato seeds. Yes, okay. Now you move back one? No, you did it wrong. Okay. This is fine. I kind of wanted you to go this way, but I will be okay with that. Can I? Yeah, I could definitely get you from here. Seeing how you walked directly onto me. Yes, you did it. You took the bait. Eventually what I want to do is have this entire floor so that I can just click and be able to attack from anywhere. Strawberry! Yes, I didn't know these guys drop seeds. This is great because I just did a bunch of raking weeds to get farming levels, but now I can actually plant stuff. Oh, I can only do potatoes and onion. So those should be pretty easy to get. If I go into Drainer, I have the seed stall, so I can actually get a bunch of stuff. Drop you. Can I blast you from here? Yes, I can. Oh my gosh. Get wrecked, punk nerd. I did censor myself there, but that's fine. Nobody wants me to call random NPCs in a point-and-click video game from 20 years ago. I'm probably going to cut the audio here and just do like a speed up or a mash up, so I don't feel like it matters if I vape, but I probably should still be mindful of it, just because it's going to probably scuff the audio so bad. So I don't remember exactly how probability works. I think we're rolling 1 in 55 as basically its own thing. Like it's always 2% chance to get a drop, regardless of what the kill is. If I blast, I'm probably going to run like 3 tiles out, which I don't want to do right now. Please, come closer. Okay, whatever. Max. See, again, that'd be a great upgrade if I didn't have Bob's. You guys are really good at giving me things that I already have and don't want. Like, well, like men, really. Okay. We should get this tile while we have the time. Yeah, see, this crate might be the best thing here, because until we can get to the door... Well, I don't really think we need the door, honestly, because there's not anything in there that's not in here. If ham guards will drop iron and coal and steel pickaxes, which I've already tested this method before. In episode 1, I think I talked about how I tried this, but it just couldn't realistically work as a starting chunk. There was too many things that it locked out, and it didn't have enough resources at the time because you couldn't get 15 thieving without actually pickpocketing men or things, and I don't think this chunk has any. Maybe if they wander in from Lumbridge, but I don't think they have that far of a draw radius for them, so we'll have to see. But we're doing okay. We've gotten like 3 or 4 tiles down here. I don't think experience was too bad. That 20k was probably left over from some other stuff, so it sounds about right. Okay, let's go ahead and kill this guy that's been stabbing me in the face while I play with buttons. Blast you. Oh, ham cloak. Yes. Okay, cool.
We will need all of these at some point, so getting them is not going to be bad. Okay. Are you the same defenses as the rest? Yes, you are. Okay. Oh, look at that drip. God, I am gonna just... Man. Call me Amelia Earhart because I'm gonna be drowning in an ocean of pussy. And then eaten by crabs. I'm gonna cut that. God damn it. So I was reading and I looked away and I got really excited because I was like, oh, we got the ham shirt drop. And then I had to read it aloud and say, oh, we got the ham shirt drop. Which is, as we know, not the same as a robe, apparently. I don't understand why. Oh, it's actually the bottom? Oh, that's weird. Okay, I always conflate robe with the entire body or the top portion. But I guess here they don't specifically say ham robe top like they would for Zamorak. So this is still relatively rare then. It's the same drop rate. We just need to get the panties, not the titties. All right, not too much later, we actually got the steel pickaxe, which is huge. We do have to still use that, and I'm not sure how we can actually get to the mine here, but we'll figure it out. Also, just a huge upgrade for my bronze pickaxe, to be honest. So, let's see. That was at 77 KC. Okay, so not bad. So, 55, we've gotten everything but the ham robe bottoms, 1 coal, and 1 iron that we're still lacking. So, we're not doing bad. We're still not on drop technically for the robe. And then we're not technically on for the coal and the iron because we have to do another 55 after that first hit or incident. Granted, this is also a drop rate thing, so we could literally be here all night and never see them again. It really just depends on how loving this creator is here. Though right here, we're not doing too bad. The experience is like 20k an hour, about 14k melees, and then a little bit of magic, a little bit of health, a little bit of Monica in my life. It's not terrible. Okay, so to be honest, I completely zoned and was not paying attention, and everybody dropped coal. So I'm really excited about that, actually. I don't know why. I just wanted to get this done as soon as possible because I'm really excited about Giant's Foundry because I've never actually done that content at all. This entire grind so far, not just this, but this account, has been sort of like, how can I inconvenience myself in a way that is unique? Or how can I do something that people haven't already done before so it's not just boring as hell, but still enjoy the game? And finding that weird balance between those two things is so difficult right now. But I'm genuinely excited every time I get like a new level up or every time I get something. I haven't had a level up broadcast in almost a year since playing this game until I started this account. So just being able to like see my total going back up again is great. It's just fun. I don't know. Maybe it's the autism, but I mean, it's so rewarding. Like seeing this, I get a new tile and it's like, oh, how much can I do with that? How much can I like see the new game modes with? So like my Iron Man is taking steps that I've probably taken 100 times over on my main, but because it's an Iron Man that has to work and literally like struggle for minutes at a time just to take that next step. There's some weird progression or some like weird monkey mode in my brain that's just firing neurons that I don't normally get. And that's so fun. Okay, we are back and we are at kill 142. We got our ham panties. Oh yeah, look at that. Styling on them. What are we thinking for you? Yes. Oh, wait, is that everything? I think that's everything. Let's double check. Steel. Mine with the steel. Talk to... I mean, he's... You think it's an NPC, but that's just a steel bar. So yeah, that's everything. Okay, we can home teleport. We were running pretty low on food, so I'm glad we got it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get over there.
So at this point, we can home teleport back to Lumbridge. We can go to the furnace, and all we have to do is just make sure we right click over there. And we are going to make our steel bar with 30 smithing for our final chunk task.
No. No, I refuse. Okay. Go back. Go to you. Oh, my tiles. No, my tiles.
So in order to be a little bit more prepared while we're going back to ham, I've decided that I'm going to be making some stews, which will not only give us a couple of tiles, since they are a pretty decent cooking experience, but also give us best in slot food for quite a bit with our current chunks. Currently, we did have the butter potatoes, but making them is usually a very long process, and getting over there while continuing to do red clicks seems like it's not going to be the most viable option. This only requires that we have bowls, which we were previously buying in anticipation of making these anyway, and then using the sink in Lumbridge Castle. I did have to go back a couple times because we yellow clicked, but otherwise it was pretty seamless, and we were able to make about 40 or 50 stews just to make some tiles and also some food.
All right. Oh, I fuck. Okay. I should have done that. I completely myself from respawn because what we're going to do is bank anyway. So what I have to do now is go to respawn again. My tiles!
Made my way back to the ham hideout without any issues whatsoever. None. Seriously.
Pick lock, and I go straight up the hill. This is perfect. Was that out of bounds? God damn it. Did I really just step out of bounds there? I must have. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, hey. Hail Santa. 666. Neat.
So I was so sick of trying to get back and forth between different tasks that I could do to get tiles that I just decided to camp spawn and kill men until I got a pretty decent buffer zone of just a 2 or 3 tiles and try to make my way back over. So once again, we were able to make our way back over without any issues whatsoever, and we were able to make it very clearly back into the ham hideout after we made some work on positioning ourselves, using the same tree line that we had before, and encountering no issues or any complexity whatsoever.
Let's try it. Go diagonal. Yes. No. God. I don't know how I got there before. I'm going to cook some more stew, and that'll be like 1 or 2 tiles for me. I've made more stews. I'm going to go, oh no, I didn't red click. I have to go back to the start. Okay. We're doing this for real. I don't care what's happening. I'm getting back into the ham hideout. I'm not clicking to waste tiles by somehow meandering to some that was already locked. Click the door. Attack the man. Talk to the tutor. Yes. Okay, perfect. Run here. Whatever, this is good enough. Come on. No, keep attacking me. Okay. Damn it, we're not equidistant. Okay. Pay you, which then becomes chop tree. Thank you for being in the way. I appreciate that. Exchange with the Leprechaun. Chop tree. Chop tree. Okay. This is where I was getting screwed up before. I don't know why. But I think if I click here, I'm going to go up diagonal. This is already unlocked. Chop tree. There is no way I run out of tiles now, right? Okay, pick lock. Just click pick lock. Okay, good. Now go up just diagonally the rest. Cut through here. Oh my god. I didn't cry when I made those stews, did I? God damn it. We're in for real. So we made the mistake that we need... Oh no. That's so much worse than I thought. Because what I need to do is... Oh man, this is gonna suck. Okay. So what I was explaining with half resources means that I need 2 coal. And since I already have 2, but I only dropped 1, I need to then get 2 coal drops, drop 1, get 2 into my bank, and then make the steel. So we're back on a 1 in 50 on, well, 55 on 2 drops of coal from these guys. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so we went on a bit of an AFK binge, playing some Hearthstone and just kind of relaxing and chilling for a bit. But we did get incredibly lucky. We got one of our coal drops immediately, and then a little bit later, we actually just did maybe a minute or 2 at most. We get our next coal drop, so we are at 4 for 4. Now that we've gotten our 2 and our iron, we're going to home teleport back to Lumbridge, and we're immediately going to be able to make our steel bar. That is going to be great. So we're immediately going to hop back over to Lumbridge. We're going to make our way to the bank just to drop off some materials. We're going to get our iron and our steel, and then we're going to make the steel bar. That means that the only thing we have left is to use the steel pickaxe and talk to and start for Lost City, which are both very quick if we can use or if we have the tiles to get there. Seeing as I was basically out of tiles, I decided to kill men for profit. I was also trying to stock up on runes and bronze bolts if they dropped any. So we hung out here for about an hour just to get some more tiles and just to get a couple of supplies if we could. Realizing that the frogs are probably a better use of our time and more combat experience per hour, even if they don't have any drops, we did decide to make our way back towards the Lumbridge swamps. This was also going to be probably our best vantage point to getting towards red clicks and getting back to the access for our rocks so that we could use our steel pickaxe. I still didn't really know how I was going to get down there at the time, but it was at least a good start and a vantage point where I could possibly scout out some options, though there was no trees to click on or anything that would allow for us to really route this properly outside of maybe some rogue wandering NPCs.
I've gone through quite a bit. I would rather red click and cry to get experience than I would do combat for a little bit longer, because I think this will be more tiles in the long run. So I think this is where we're going to land for a bit of time, and then we'll do fire making. We're far outside of the range of adventure mode being an issue because we're at 74 now and 72 woodcutting. So I think the plan of attack is just going to be to get, make sure I've got prime prepped. It's just going to make sure that we can get here. We need to go probably southwest, cutting trees along the way. Unfortunately, I think realistically this is going to be like 100 tiles, if not more. So I'm going to try and plan accordingly. I just realized that in doing this and doing half resources, this is complete ass. I think I'm just going back to do combat, to be honest. It was worth a shot, but I was still getting like 20 tiles per hour there, so I think that's my next move, unfortunately. So we're gonna go back to the swamps. It was admirable, but not worth it for me in the long run. Also, the combat will help it later on, so I'd rather do the combat experience grind. I don't need wood cutting or fire making or fletching right now. We did a bunch of grinding. We just did a home teleport. We did get into another level for defense, so we're doing pretty good. And now we're going to see if this mystery box... Ooh, that is excellent. You're right. All right. So now we need to make it to step 2 of Lost City, which is... I actually don't know right off the bat. Oh, that's right. They don't use the, so it would be under L. Lost City. Make sure that's our last task. So talk to the warrior south of Trainer Village by cutting the tree just to the west. Okay, so all I have to do is bring an axe and cut a tree over here somewhere. That seems very doable. We got ourselves under 80 tiles. I wanted to try about 100 just to see. But if I don't, I'm going to go to bed, and I think I want to try and get this next chunk unlocked, which will be huge for us. So let's see what we get. Okay, so we can go down here. And then... oh, this is interesting. How are we going to get here from red clicks? Talk to the chef, maybe? I can't open this door. Oh, I've got this creator kit on. Let's turn that off. I was playing around with that just to see. Oh, that might be the key. That might be the key. Okay, we're gonna go to my ruins and drop my microphone. And we're gonna do what we were doing before, which was... let's see if we can't... this is gonna sound terrible, I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's see if we can't get our bit up here. Okay. I can hit this rat, which should bring me all the way up to this gate, right? Oh, okay, a little bit before. Oh, this is perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I need to get in. I was kind of looking at these trees before with draw distance on. I think my best target here is going to be to cut here. And these ferns can f our day up. Wait to cry. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to try. Okay, we missed a couple tiles on input. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, see, sometimes it doesn't like to take the tile here, so I am just going to go back so that I can do this, but I'm legitimately going to go immediately back to my spot. Oh, man. You want to be kind of running perpendicular to this fence just to see how far it is. Oh, we are going to run out. Or we're going to be, like, just shy of it. Let's see here. This is dangerous. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's try going around here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I can count. Okay. So now, how do I want to get down here? Click the pot, probably? This is probably the closest route directly to him. And then... well... let's see. Oh, damn. Okay, well, but if we go back in town, we're going to have some good options here. So this might be enough. This will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 15 tiles, roughly? Okay, I guess we're going back. Oh, I can't even... oh, shit. Okay. So, you know, if I click anything here, I'm going to go back. Maybe if I get to the... oh. If I get the pot respawn... oh, no, it used more than I wanted. Okay. Let's see how this is going to go. Oh, my God. So many tiles. Oh, that's the wrong one. No, I gotta cry. Okay. Cry. 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 Yeah, this isn't... I'm just going to AFK for 20 minutes and then just come back here. Maybe not. I might... You know what? I think I'm going to call it a night and end this here. Okay, we are back in Lumbridge spawn. We've been testing on a couple of things, but overall, I think we should be okay. We want to go back. We did a little bit more in terms of contact with some frogs, and over the course of training melees, we did hopefully enough. We'll see. Ultimately, we need to get to a good point. We are going to do the same strategy we had before of trying to mage a rat. Oh, gosh. You're right, it's at the door. Well, I actually have these tiles, so this is still fine. Whoa. How did that happen? Can I close these? No. Oh, man. This is unfortunate. Okay. Let's find a rat we can airstrike. Actually, I don't think we need to. Maybe we just click this tree and hope we don't waste too many tiles. Go diagonal. Go down. Okay, go down. Go diagonal. Oh my god, yes. And before I forget, cry. Cry. And cry. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to go here, I think it was. And then I think we do here. Yep, as long as we cut diagonal here, and we should be good. And then we went here. I guess I should still cry, even though I'm just using that as a stopping point. Just to be fair, because it is a regular tree. It's going to cut pretty fast. Okay. We are in a very good spot. Cry, cry, cry. 19 tiles. Gonna go ahead and cry, cry, cry. Now we're gonna go ahead and chop this tree, I think is what it was, because if we go here, it's gonna go another over. Cry, cry, cry. Chop down the dead tree. This should... Don't go over one. Yes, just do it here. Okay, great. Cry, cry, cry. And take the pot. And then there should just be a straight walk west. Go ahead and drop some of these. I know it's drop half, but we can just drop all of them. And this is step 2. Okay, well, wait up here. Stop moving. These are my tiles. Seamus. You little ginger. Okay. So now that is all of our quest on step 2. So now we are done.
I may be stupid.
And because we have a manual choice, we're going straight to Giant's Plateau. Now, the one thing I will say is this is going to be nothing but smithing. So we have... Oh, and crafting. Okay. So we're going to do a bunch of killing cows in order to get studded body. Studs are from steel, right? Steel studs. I have steel, so I think we're good. We will get the smithing levels before anything else. We are so in line for this colossal blade. Studded body, runite bar. I think we have to get it from ore packs, right? Yes, okay. Ore packs will give us coal as well, so this is fine. Actually, we shouldn't be doing this because we have to spin the wheel. So let's do this first, and then we'll figure out what we get. I really want to get Draw My Life. That'd be fun. I swear to God. Okay, I will actually do a Neil Breen film probably when I'm forging swords. If I can find one. 1 mil to the drop party. That's not bad. That's fine. We're at 58 mil right now. And whilst it's okay, this might actually be bad. We'll calculate this at the end, but this is going to be such a long grind that I'm just going to have to kind of wing it by looking at the new chunk and figuring it out. Okay. Oh, if we were smart, we could have left logs to click on, but we're just going to be stuck here for 21 minutes. Well, that's very funny. Okay, while we're here, let's go ahead and refresh our task list. And then now that we're here, we can do any skilling to get our tiles back, which is great. We can do any combat. We're not going to have to. Oh wait, we're not locked. We don't have to do the. I was so ingrained for like this 8-hour period of doing red clicks that I physically warped my mentality to like only think about how I could red click over to things. Okay, this is great. Let's go ahead and close quest helper out. We don't need that now. Now, the other thing that this opens up for us, which is great, is we get access to, once we bank stuff, a staff, which doesn't sound like it's that good, but all the time that we're over here, we are able to get eventually our, come on over here. We are able to get something to autocast our airstrikes. And I don't think we have other good sources of runes, but this is still huge because the 30 that we get per, that's about 180 experience every 30 minutes if it does no damage. If it does do damage, we get even more. And we can start using it for defensive casting. So we can completely remove training defense from our overall rotation. I think what we want to do is I want to start working on Giant's Forge as soon as possible. Realistically, we probably want to get about 200k. We're going to figure out how much we need. And we're going to aim towards getting a knife. I think just fletch and sell willows. Yeah, we're going to work on getting that. We will still do fire making because this will be good for tiles. Where is our axe? There we go. So this is going to be a very great start. Oh, we need to keep our runes on with us because we can start stacking them up to get the trainer's free runes. Okay. I believe that's everything now. Uses a lot of inventory slots, unfortunately. That's one downside here. But I think our game plan is going to be to bank about 150 tiles, which we can easily do in a day if we really want to. In fact, wood cutting and fire making is probably going to be huge towards that grind. When we go through, we can, let's see here, fletch, which will be good for our money making. We can keep all of our training kind of AFK while we do the Neil Breen film, so we can knock that out of the way. And then wall sits we have to kind of do afterwards. It's the one thing. So this is not bad. I did a lot of testing with this. I'm curious to see how my cutting is. Can I even cut? Oh my god. Oh my god. I love it, but okay, I'm just gonna use that for like intros and shit. That's so funny. 13361. Drop you out, and we got plateau. Right on. Let's go. Close this back out. You're in a really good spot overall, which is like hard to say, but I can't complain. Yeah, I think You know, I think this will be it for the night for real this time, because it's already almost 4 o'clock. I only stayed up because one of my neighbors is shooting guns outside, and I have no idea what the hell's going on. So I'm just here for a little bit longer just to see. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a great night. If you're going to go to bed, if you're watching this during the day, make sure to wash your hands after you pee.